Well, Director of Electoral Services at the EC, Dr. Strebo Kweku, is calling for custodial sentences for voters arrested for taking photos of their ballots. Does it say?
It's specific that the choice of balloting should be in secrecy. So the moment you take snapshot of your thumbprint or the ballot paper, you have breached the law. And yesterday, I know 3 people so far have been arrested. And it is my wish that those people are given custodial sentence before 7th December to serve as warning to others. We should be people who respect the laws of the country. We cannot take the laws into our own hands. That is indiscipline. So anybody who did that flouted the law, and they should bow their heads in shame. Why would you take snapshot of your vote? What is the need for it? And by so doing, you are breaching the laws of the country, and you should be sanctioned severely and with swiftness that it demands to serve as warning to others.
Now, let's listen to private legal practitioner Samson Ladi Ayenini on whether at all the Constitution frowns on people taking pictures of their votes.
I was waiting to hear the specific charges that the police will prefer against the persons to arrest. And I've just heard you play the police officer saying they will be charged for disclosure of votes. I'll be interested, and let's get the police officers to tell us which specific provision of law they are talking about. Because if you look at the election law, yes, the Constitution Article 49 says that the voting must be by secret ballot. The CI 127/2020 Regulation 33 says that when you are your ballot paper, you must go and it secretly. But
hi, Ms. Ayenini, it's quite difficult hearing you. If you don't mind repositioning yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Much better.
Okay, so I was saying that when you read Article 49, your vote must be by secret ballot. If you read also the 2020 regulations we made to govern these elections, 3 says that when you are handed the ballot paper, you thumbprint it secret. But it does not criminalize not doing it secretly. In fact, the criminal sanctions provided for are in the representation of the people law. The representation of the people law, you will not find, I have not found, I should say, a criminalization of a person who votes and wants to make that vote public. Because the law must make sense and the law must be enforceable. How on earth can you enforce making my vote secret? If I wanted to tell about my vote in an exit poll, will you say I have committed an offense?
All right. So, Mr. Ayenini, here's another issue a lot have raised. Doing this could lead to vote buying, which is against the law. So how do we reconcile this then?
Vote buying on whose side?
So if somebody is paid to vote for a certain party and you're told that, okay, we would give you a balance of this when you can confirm that you voted for our candidates, then taking that photograph becomes evidence.
The law's requirement in the parent election law is that because the Constitution requires that the vote must be secret, the state or the Electoral Commission and its officers must endeavor to ensure that your vote is secret. What does that mean? What it means is that it names particular officers of the EC and says they should help to ensure that your vote is protected. But if you have a right and you don't want to assert that right, and you want to waive that right, what crime is there?
All right.
My point actually is that if you read the offenses, you do not find an offense against the person who decides to waive that right. It is rather the EC officers, if they do not help protect your rights, that they may be in a
So you heard that from the lawyers. There's nothing criminal about taking your photos. Lawyers tell us that it's only criminal when someone forces you to take pictures of your ballot, or when someone forces you to show him or her your ballot paper. So it's a mere privilege which one can waive at any time. It is not criminal.